Hi, everyone. Um, Happy St. Patrick's Day. Tonight we're gonna talk about and train you a little bit on keywords. I know that those are they're kind of like little boogers sometimes. They're just hard to come up with, but they can be really easy if you know how to do it. So tonight, Miss Sheila's gonna show us how uh, to use Jaxie. And I think, I don't know if Niall's going to talk, but I know that he showed me the other day how to just put the word in your toolbar. I guess is what that's called. I don't know all the words for what everything is called on a computer. I know what I call it. And sometimes it's not something I should repeat. But anyways, we're going to talk about just where to find them and how, basically what ones to choose from, because there's so many, but sometimes you don't want to go with the one that's got the most views on it. You want to kind of check it out. So I'm going to go ahead and give it to Miss Sheila and let her go from here. And she's going to talk about Jaxie and maybe something else. I'm not quite sure. But I know she goes through Jaxie to get her keywords, most of them. And then maybe we can get Mr. Niall to show us what he showed me the other day. Go ahead, Miss Sheila.
All righty. How are everybody today, or how is everyone today? So I do use Jaxie quite often. I do know the process that Niall was talking about. So what I'm going to do is show you kind of a combination of both. For those of you that do have the free program with Jaxie, that you get 30 searches per key phrase, it kind of helps you narrow down the key phrase search, so you don't, blow up those free uses all at one time. So I'm going to show you first how you go through and you think of a word that you think is a good key phrase and how you can actually use Google to search for that word. So let me share my screen. All right. So here we are in Google, and you're going to type in the word crypto watch. We are marketing crypto watch. You can put any word in here that you want to put in on a page that you're working on. You can actually do wine, you can do weight loss, anything like that. So you want to look up crypto, and I put in crypto watch just to see what's out there. And guys, this is big if you haven't noticed this. All right, so according to this, there's 341,000 searches or 1,000 results or websites that are using this word crypto watch. The first page is generic traffic because it doesn't have the AD, which means they're not being paid. They didn't pay to have this put there. And the way you know that is if you look through here, there's nothing here that says ad. But if you go to page 2, all of a sudden you got ads. So these are being paid. They pay to get on page 2. But the good thing about this is page 1 is strictly generic. And so there's like 2, 3 ads right here on page 2, 4 ads they're actually getting paid. There's another one, 5, 6, 7, and these are towards the bottom of the page. So anytime you see this, you're competing with somebody that's actually not really competing. They're just paying. They're shelling out money to make sure they are always in this key position. And so what we want to do is we want to try to beat them out, just like these on page 1. They beat them out with just generic traffic search because there's no AD here in front of there. So they're not paying for this. So we put in the word crypto watch. So we want to see other things that are out there with crypto watch. So then you just type in the letter A. And then you see all the different things that pop up with A. Crypto watch app, API, Python, data, alternative. And then I always just click the A and then see what else comes up. Anything else comes up with, here's assets, crypto watch. You can use that. You can do about crypto watch. So these are things that you can look up. You can go to the next page. Here's some more stuff. Crypto watch app, API, Kraken crypto watch. So there's other key phrases that you can use, and you can go back here and see what else shows up with AC. Again, on page 3 or page 2, you got more ads that's getting paid. for Crypto Watch. So there's not a lot of stuff with A, and then you can just go to AB, click on the letter B, and then you got BTC, Crypto Bitcoin, Beyond, Binance, Bitstamp, Bybit, all this stuff here that you can use. And then if you find one you want to click on, then click on Bitcoin, and then you can see what your competition is. Again, crypto here. And like me, I use both key phrases. So this particular one, they are using both key phrases. They're using crypto app, they're using crypto assets, they're using crypto Bitcoin, they're using crypto watch. So everywhere in their document, if you pull this up, you're going to find key phrases. Those 3 key phrases is going to be either a headline or it's going to be in their documentation somewhere. So that's why I always tell you whenever I teach my students, and telling you it's a good habit to get into when you're doing key phrase searches, that you use as many as you can that relate to your topic or relate to your paper, because then that gives you more access to be searched. The benefit, you're there. Here's this same watch. It's shown up in all 3 searches that we've done so far at the top, because when you look at their breakdown, here's Kraken that they use, here's assets that they use, here's crypto assets, here's Bitcoin. So those are 4 key phrases that we've already looked up that shows up in the key phrase search or keyword search. And then you can go see, you just keep on going down the alphabet, and then here's some more: crypto credits, crypto Coinbase. I bet you if we click on this one, let's see if that one shows up. So it's a different watch, but again, here it's just, again, this is the same watch. This is the same company that's on the other one. And all they're using is Coinbase. They have a header in there somewhere talking about the crypto, what it's worth, through their Coinbase. So you can look through here, Coinbase, the crypto watch, and it's all in your wording. So crypto watch in this instance is not necessarily the key phrase, but they do have Coinbase, and the crypto watch is in their title somewhere. It is in their page somewhere. So that's how you can go through and say, if you wanted to do wine, you do wine the same way. Look up wine. All right. And then you got wine.com, different ones. And again, this is an ad. So they pay, shop wine. Whoever has this is an ad that they pay. You see how many billions, 3.8 billion places out here that has the word wine in it. So if you're using just the word wine as a key phrase, you got a lot of competition. You have a lot of paid competition that is out here for wine. But again, here it is. Don't have anything on the first page other than that first sponsor that's a paid ad. Then you have Wine Mac, Wine Bottle, Wine Software, all these different things for wine download. And then you can come back here and look for wine again. Type in the letter A for wine. You got wine authorities, wine advent calendar, wine and spirits, wine aerators, wine and beer, Total Wine and more. Don't want to use them, but anyway. But here's how you can, you can use Google to get your key phrases. Here's wine bottle, wine box. We have a beautiful wine box, guys. Why can't you can write a page on our wine box and tell that the aspect of getting that great oak box with the bottles of wine in there. And how that can be a talking point. A wine bar, you can talk about a wine bar, and people's like, well, how do I talk about a wine bar? Talk about your personal wine bar. And in your wine bar, you can talk about your wine accessories. Okay, you can talk about your wine selection. You can talk about your wine business. And all of those are good key phrases, and you can write about each one of them. So when they come up, wine business, depending on how you're advertising, it can show up in this feed. So if we wanted to come here and look at wine box, let's see what they have for wine box. Shop wine box. It's got paid ads. So if you click on that, you're going to see everybody that has wine boxes. Amazon.com wine box. Okay. 15 wine subscription boxes. See, that don't even make sense, but they got it in there, wine box. 9 wine subscription boxes. So again, here's best wine subscription boxes. So that's telling me here's a key phrase, wine subscription boxes. It don't make sense. It'll be hard to make a sentence, but it's on the first page of wine box search. So that tells me right there, maybe wine subscription box or boxes is a good key phrase, or at least use it in my page that I'm writing about wine. And then I can talk about our wine box and how it comes with our Grand Cru selection and talk up that aspect of it. So don't minimize yourself with just using one key phrase. You want to use your key phrase multiple times, multiple different key phrases, so that your pages as a whole will be searched in different categories. It will be searched in different searches. And the reason you also want to do that is most people, if they don't find what they're looking for in the first 5 pages of a search, they'll flip down here to get to the bottom. They'll probably go through 3 to 5 pages. So when you get down here, you see you got 1 through 10 and then next. Most people don't get past 7 or 8. If they don't find what they're looking for, they will go back up here and they will change their search to be similar to their original search. So that's why when you come in here, they might go from wine boxes to wine shipments, to wine clubs, to wine crates. You just never know, but they're going to still have the word wine in it. So that's where you want to go in and see this one has wooden. So there again, you can go to wooden boxes, wooden wine boxes, which is what we have. You can go, so that's when you have that one word and build on that word. You can even come in here and search. So once you have your key phrase, so we can do wine boxes, and we can come into Jaxie from then. So then you have your key phrase or your key phrases. Then you're going to come to Jaxie and we're going to type in wine box. All right, because you've narrowed your field down. And then we can come into Jaxie. You get the free searches on Jaxie. I think they give you on the free version, they give you the first 10 or 15 that they come up with. And this is what you're going to see. Okay. I have the paid version, so I get everything that's there, that's available. So I'm going to come here and you can see it's got average searches, your traffic, your QSR, your KQI, your SEO, and your domains. Okay, and I'm going to explain that. So I always just come here, click on key phrase and hit search. All right, and that will open up exactly what this is. All right, so your average is based on this key phrase, how many visitors look for this key phrase, okay, on the web. So the average people that are looking for wine box is 3,200, roughly 3,300. Now, based on your page using this key phrase, you can generate up to 561 visitors to your site, okay? Now, here's what I always look at. The QSR is your competition. In other words, there's 168 other websites that's ranking websites that is using this key phrase already, 168. If my page ranks with this key phrase and I end up here, I have a 73% chance of getting on the first 3 to 5 pages, 1 to 3 page search, okay? 73% chance, all right? So then you come in here and you go to Wooden Wine Box Company, okay? So this basically says, all right, this is a company that makes wooden wine boxes. Again, you're like, well, how can I talk about that? Well, we have a company that makes our wooden wine boxes. So you might not do a title with wooden wine boxes. You might not even do a header with wooden wine boxes, but you can do a sentence or do a little plug about the company that makes our wooden wine box. And if you use that as a key phrase, say you do write about it, then there's only 88, you have 88 people looking for this. You got 15 people might come to your site. There's only 50 people that's ranking right now, 50 websites. So you got a 99% chance of ranking really high on the first 2 to 3 pages. All right, so that's how you go and look for that. If you want to look and see what domains they're using, you can click search and it'll tell you, it'll pull up if they're using a .com. You know, it says find more. So that means they're using a bunch of them. If you have the free site, you don't get that option. So here's all the different domains. So you can say, all right, do I have a .com? Yep, winebox.com. All right. So that's the domains that they're using. They got .org, they got info. So you can actually look at this and say, okay, so we got somebody out there that's doing information on wine boxes. All right, you can look out there, there's a .net. All right, so there's a company out there that's actually, and this one's for sale. So if you want to get out there and buy a domain, don't suggest that you already got one. But this is how you can go and see what your competition would be. All right, so you got a couple of .coms out there, which is what ours is ours is a .com. All right, red wine box, poor. So you got 100 people looking at that. Look how many people are using that for a key phrase. Poor. So they are never going to rank up high unless they pay for it. All right. Those that are normal is a good key phrase. If you're like Rory and you're already really established, like those that have Google AdSense that's really established, your pages are get out there, then this will be a good one that you can use for a key phrase. If you're getting out there and just getting started, I would use this as a headline somewhere in my page. I would want a more sought after, or not sought after, one that's less used, but will generate more traffic. And you're going, well, how can that happen? You would look at this and say, all right, here's one that's got, 567 coming, looking for it. And you're like, that's not too many coming to my site. You got 153 competition. It still says it's good, but this scares me a little bit. 153 people that are still using that site. But then I come back down here, wooden box sales. There's only 14 people looking for that. Yeah, I only got 20 people coming in, but that's 20 people that's going to come to my site. It's going to look for something else. If I advertise enough, I might get all of these, all 112 people coming to my site. And then if I play it up right, then I might generate some of the traffic coming from this one, coming from this one, coming from this one, based on how you write your pages. So even though it has very limited traffic, an average site is limited. Look at your QSR. How much competition do you have out there? Okay. Wine box table. Again, some things just don't make sense. You'll be like, how in the world am I going to make a title with that? How can I make a sentence with that? Sometimes you can't. The good thing about Google is it's not English and grammatically correct. All right. The more you mess up, the better you will rank. I promise you. I had a whole website that would pass any doctorate lecture out there. It was boring as all get out. Couldn't get anybody to read it. Make a mistake, misspell a word, forget punctuation, forget a capitalization. All of a sudden, everybody's like, oh, they're just like me. They relate just like I do. So when somebody sends you their information to read, don't point out grammatical errors. I always say God has a reason for me to put that there. Somebody needs to see I mess up too, that I'm not perfect, that they can relate to that. So be relatable when you write. Leave your mistakes, and those that read them, don't always point out everybody's mistake. There's a reason it's there. Mistakes can be your friend. So when you come through here to Jaxie, and you find these that have, very limited traffic coming to them, look at your competition and look at your ranking. Because once you get a page that ranks, all of a sudden Google takes notice of your other pages. And those that have Google AdSense, when Google takes notice of your other pages, that's when they start using your website in ads. That's when your website starts to pick up traffic. That's when you start seeing your stuff on streams in like Yahoo and Bing, and on Facebook and streams where Google is advertising. All of a sudden you become a Google ad because you've picked up traffic. Your website has become very popular. You're ranking on that 1 to 3 or 1 to 5 page ratio. And it could be these little ones. Don't not use these little ones when you see them. Look at this one. Box wine brands. Okay. You got 22 people that potentially could come to your site. You only have 3 people competing that's already ranking with that. With the proper advertising, you got a 95% chance of getting on the first 3 pages, first 5 pages. With proper advertising, you could beat out these 3. And then the next thing you know, when somebody comes and looks for Box Wines brand, and again, it's a weird one, but you can still use it. You can make it work. When they type in this search, all of a sudden yours is ranking first or on that first page. As long as nobody's using this for an ad, and then you can come back and say, okay, let's look up Box. How was it? Box Wines brand. So let's see what that is. Box Wines brands. Okay. You got one ad, and it's talking about detox. 45 bucks. And see, look at that. That ain't even using the key phrase, and it pulled up that you searched for. And it's got Box Wines. It pulled up Box Wines. Best Box Wine. So you still don't see Box Wines brand. So where's the 3 that's ranking? The 3 that's ranking isn't even using that key phrase. So that tells me if I start using this key phrase and doing my advertising properly, I can beat out everybody except maybe these paid ads. And if I do it properly and they didn't pay enough, I can beat out these ads and be up here at number 1. Okay. So don't be deterred just because it looks like it doesn't have a lot of traffic. It could be your best friend. All right. Let's see. So again, like I said, just go through and look. I did one earlier on the crypto watch. We did the crypto watch. And I did wearable technology. My page is going through the roof on this one. Wearable technology. And I got wearable technology as my key phrase, but there's so many other great key phrases that I used in here. I did wearable technology devices. I did fashion, wearable technology fashion as a key phrase, and talked about how it's a new fashion trend, a new, center. Talked about the future technology. I talked about, what was the other one? There was another one I pulled out of here. I can't remember what it was. But just use those different ones in my website when I was creating the page so that I get more traffic on that wearable technology key phrase. So let's go over here and let's see if I can get that pulled up. So when I come over here and I do wearable, did I spell it wrong? Am I in the right one? Okay. Am I in my site? Okay. No, I did it on Telehealth. Is that what I did it in? Yeah. So I did this one on Telehealth. I got on my other page, I got to switch it over. I did one on the wearable technology. So here's one on Telehealth, talking about telehealth activities and crypto watch. So I talked about that, daily workout routine and crypto mining watch. So all of these are, and I always end up with a conclusion, just basically plain and simple. But all of these, if I go back to Jackson and just look up crypto watch. So there's my crypto watch. And see, that's exactly where I got my stuff right there. And then you can put it together. Crypto watch, if you do it together, it changes your key phrase search. So you got crypto watch, 2 different words, and then you got crypto watch together. So if I come here and click on this one, And I always compare which one has the most traffic, the most searches, the least competition. So I've got Crypto Watch that's separated. So I got 6,000 potential searches, 1,000 traffic, 88 competition. I'm ranking 81. So if I go to Crypto Watch together, I got less searches. I got about the same amount of traffic, a little less traffic. I got more competition, and I ranked lower, not by much. So again, this is one of those where I would say which one would better, that can I write better with? And then throughout my page, I will switch it up a little bit. I'll put Crypto Watch separate. I'll put it together. So that's how you can trick and basically use all the tools available for you, is use everything that you have at your disposal. Again, here's the different ones I can use. Crypto Watch app. You can talk about the app that's in there that you have, the different ones. You can talk about the Crypto Hyper Wallet. You can come in here and go back to the other search and do, here it is, Crypto Mining Watch. I use that one. This one doesn't have a whole lot. New Crypto Watch. Again, you only have 80 people looking for that, 14, only got 18 competition. So that's how you basically use Jaxi and to, get your ranking. Now, the other thing I wanted to talk about is when you are doing your Google searches, also look and see what they're using in their headlines. Look and see exactly, like we saw the other one that we did. This was the Winebox Brands. They did not even use that anywhere in their title. So on our SEO, it tells us if our key phrase is not in the title. So you want to use your key phrase in the title because that's the word they're searching for. So if that is in their title and you're searching for that specifically, your website will come up because you used it in your title. If you have it in your key phrase and it shows up in your meta description, all of you are like, what is my meta description? Why is it so important? This is your meta description. This is how it shows up when people search and find your site. So when you come in here and you see these dots right here, that's when you go on your SEO and you get that red line. It's too big. They can't see it all. Most people, when they read this right here, if they can't find what they're reading right here in this brief description, very few will click on and actually finish reading what your meta description is. They want to see what it right here, exactly, point to the blank, keep it short, keep it green. Then they can come here and say, oh yeah, that's exactly what I wanted. Let me click on this one. All right, here's another best ... So in order, if I want to see what best what, well, they didn't tell me a lot, but if the first part of it's real catchy and that's what I'm looking for, I'll click on it to read what the ... is. But if you want to make sure that they come to your site, make sure when you do your meta description here, you include everything. It stays green. And in that way, they can see everything you have to say and make a conscious decision on whether or not to click your link because they like what you read. So again, that meta description is very key. You want to literally use your key phrase or keyword in there, usually in the first, if you can, the first sentence somewhere in there, and be a pop and wow. Give them enough teaser to bring them in. Now, there's some things I want you to be able to do, and I found that this actually has helped a lot, is when you use your key phrase in your meta description, there's a list of words that's called power words. And these power words are, where did I find them? Hold up. I gotta find them. I made a new folder. Thought I pulled them up. But these power words are actually words that catch the eye. They are words that people are looking for. They're trigger words, basically. So let me find them again. I had them pulled out. Why does this always happen? Okay, well, we'll do it this way. So on your power words, I'm going to come here and we're just going to go to templates. I have everything organized, but for some reason I can't find that one file that I was looking for. Because I was going to share it with everybody so you could use it. Because I gave it to a few of the MSIs and they've been using it and said they've been getting great results with it. And I'm glad of that. I know I have it. Please bear with me. I had it pulled up and I moved it. All right, there it is. So these are power words, and the power words literally, like I said, they trigger. So you have words that capture greed. You have words that inspire curiosity, invoke laziness, feed the consumer's lust, appeal to vanity. You have the power words that, where is it at? Fear, feel powerful, simplicity, authority, safety, trust, anger. You have, I'm going too fast. This little thing right here is not going away like it's supposed to. So, you got vanity, you got anger, you got, memorable things that are memorable to people. So these are words, novelty, that people look for: beauty, lust, things are like that, excitement, savagery, sadness, impatience. These are words that people are looking for that's going to draw their attention. So when you go and write your ads and write your meta description, use these words to start off your sentence with. So when you're posting your ad, if you say captivate, or challenge, I challenge you, begging for, things like that. So that's like, what am I begging for? What am I going to be bold about? What am I amped up about? What's so alarming about this product? Things like that. It literally draws them. That's that key word that's like, okay, I got to have this. I got to do this. So when you're using these in your meta description along with your key phrase, that actually helps your page rank. It captures your audience. And then when you turn around and use it in your advertising, in your titles for your advertising, let it be your first word that's in your title or your last word with exclamation points or ... So these are a great key for things that you can use. And I'm going to put it in the chat so y'all can get them out of there and actually be able to use them when you're doing your different information, when you're doing your advertising, when you're doing your key phrases and your meta descriptions, that you have these words that you can go in there and use and do them for your ads. One of the things I was talking about on Tuesday was how you do a power ad, do a proposal ad. And a lot of you were like, well, what's a proposal ad? There are some of our websites in our pages that are advertorials. So when you're going to business ads or business sites, they're looking for other business options. They're looking for other business opportunities. So you want to present it that way. So when you go to your do your advertising, then create a proposal. You want to create that advertorial. You want to create that business proposal. And that business proposal is simply, you're going to tell them, this is my company. My company does this. This is our product. Our product has this information. Let me get the one for my Vela Vita. And this is one I put specifically just in business. So when I come here and I come to my nootropics and I pull up this ad, I think this is the one I got it on. All right. So this is the one that I basically did. Jaw dropping results from only a snap a day. All right. I give them a little bit of information, no diet. Here's what you get. Here's what you expect. Boom. Here's your list of things that you can do. What's it's designed to do. This is what it's supposed to do. And then give them my link. Here's another one I did for when you get down to the bottom. Here's one I did for business proposal. I got it in Spanish and in English. I'm looking for people. Okay. I'm looking for business partners. So what did I do? I put in there, here's one I did, longer, stronger nails, put that in there. Here, let me find the one I'm looking for business. Here's another one I did it in Spanish, guys. Translate it. Google Translate can be your friend. Here's another one I did, coming October 1st. This is company, talked about my company, talked about what it does, gave them some information, put a little picture out there, come down here, gave them a little bit more information. And then here's my next template for my next headlines. I'm trying to find my business proposal. It's too far down. I'm in the process of transitioning some stuff over, organizing it a little bit better. Here's another one that I have. This one I kind of play with all the time. This, I can actually put this out there in different areas based on how I create the headline and how I structure it. So this is my basic template. So I can actually come in here and put in for my business proposal, my company profile. All right. And then once I get the company profile, then I talk about what the company is. Our company does this, it's a new age, new innovative nanotechnology, blah, 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 blah. And then I can come in here and say, what is the product? All right. And then I have my product right here. Okay. It does this, this, and this. So don't delay, get some information. Life-altering decision. Okay, here's the video. It talks about the company again as a whole. I can change this around, move it up and down, talk about the two-stage, you know, this was talking about the Xyleme. So as I'm talking about our company and what it does, I'm listing my products. So now I have stage 2. Okay, so when I get to my stage 2, I can come in here and talk about product 2. All right, and then talk about product 2, give it some information in there, stage 1, stage 2, what it does, talk about that again here, and then I'm back to the biohacking. I haven't quite finished because I got to put my plus in there and my youth in there, but I already have the templates out. So here's another one. I can talk about, are you feeling confused, mentally exhausted, moody, and losing focus? Okay, so this is how you can go into your business proposal in a different aspect of it. You can go to the health version. So if you're marketing to the health community, then this is where you're going to do your business proposal. Come on. You're going to talk about health and wellness. All right. So then you're going to come in and ask them, is this what you're feeling? Is this what's happening to you? Then this is what you need. All right. So here's my information. I'm going to talk about, then this is what you need. Here's the link. And then it says, what does it do? What it does. All right. Here's what it does. Boom, 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 boom. Got the information here. Got stress, all you different. Again, here's a video. Always use those videos. Businesses like to mesh videos with your words. So they want to see what you're saying is actually being portrayed. So you want to use those videos in there and talk about getting their stress, their fatigue out there, and reiterate it again. Add some more stuff in here. Then you can come in here and do your plus. Again, you want to give them all the information. This is one of the things that you want to do when you're advertising is you want to do it when you're doing a business proposal as an ad. This is where you give them facts. This is where you give them statistics, because you're marketing to those types of people that they want to know, well, what is my best investment in this company worth? What am I going to get out of it? Is it marketable? Where can I market it to? So you're going to put in there, when you get your business proposal, marketing areas, and you're going to put worldwide, or like in this one, you're going to put the different countries that it's in. When you're doing wine, you're going to put the different places that ship to. So you're going to say ship to states or ship to availability. And then you're going to put marketing availability. Marketing availability is worldwide. Ship to availability, you're going to put those different ones in there. You're going to put your marketing plans. Well, what's your marketing plans? Well, they can come in as a customer, and this is the benefits they have. If they come in as a business partner, this is our programs that we have, and here's the benefits that we have. So you're basically going to be doing that proposal. And yes, it's going to be a little bit lengthy, but it is a business proposal, and you're putting it in chats, you're putting it in ad sites, you're putting it in social media marketing places. That's what they're looking for. So it's just a different take on our normal advertising to just the general populace. So if you want to get those businesses, especially with the wine that's coming out, the programs that's coming out that we can market to restaurants and businesses, this is what they're looking for. They want to see what their bottom dollar is and what their bottom line is and their profit margins. So that's where you want to give them those facts and figures and different things like that, and make it very professional. But still give them a link. The link's still going to come back to your website, so they can see, okay, this is where I need to get started. They can see your personal story about it. They can see the company as a whole. They can see more videos that Rory has out there, his video that talks about it. I'm sure he's going to have another video that's going to come out once they get the business side of it, that's going to be able to generate more leads and more information there. So use everything that we have. If you need help with getting a business proposal, look me up. I got plenty of templates that you can use, and you can just, fill in your information. But that's just how different aspects that you want to use those key phrases. Still use those key phrases, because when you put those ads out there in social media platforms, put it on the web for advertising, it can still be searched on Google, on Bing, on Yahoo, on any search engine. They can pull up your key phrases and potentially pull up your marketing proposal that you've put on social media. So that's one thing you want, is no matter where you post, no matter what you post, you have those key phrases in there, you have those keywords in there, you have those trigger words in there that people are looking for, and they can find them anywhere. And advertise. Spend a day, spend some time. You should have set aside time every day that where you're creating ads, you're creating your pages or modifying your pages. You should have a time when you're creating your ads, and then you should have a time of posting. Creating ads and posting should be two different times, not the same time. So I have all these templates. People always ask me, how do you keep I have a template. Every time I come in here and create something, I pull up my template, and I have folders within folders. So if I do wine, programs, if I want to do a specific wine, I'll come in here and do the wine and dine. I can come in here in the wine, and I can create, here I have Smart Ship PE, PE Smart Ship customers. I can do wine only. I can do wine and cigars. I actually have a page of wine and cigars before I mentioned wine and cigars. Cork spin. So here's our wine accessories for our cork spin. So you can have folders within folders so that you can stay very organized, so that when you do get ready to post your ads, all you're doing is pulling up a folder, got your ads already there, you got your headline, and I got my Canada wine ads up underneath wine. So then when I pull this up, then all I'm doing is literally, I got my videos, I got my page links, I got my headlines, and I got my ad bodies, and I'm literally just coming in saying, okay, who do I want to do? I'm going to paste the real estate. So I'll come in here, copy this. I'll come back and get me one of my headlines, go to wherever I'm going and copy paste. All right. Do I want to put a video? Well, here's all of my videos. I can put a video in there. If it's a YouTube video, you can put YouTube videos, and some things it costs. But if it allows you to put a video for free, make sure you got Rory's video to put in there so that they can see it and just get that much more traffic. Videos are always #1 traffic draws. Google, any social media platform will show a video first, picture second. No picture, no video is your always, if it's just content only, that's the last thing that gets shown in a news feed. So video is always first on a news feed. A live video is always first. Then your pictures are always second to the video. And then no content only is always the last to show up on a news feed. So if you're good about getting on a camera, go out there and do some live videos. Go out there and get you a Zoom account. They're free. Do some Zoom videos, post them on YouTube, and then post them onto your social media platforms. So then that way they can see, #1, you get traffic to your YouTube site. That's a great place to do advertising. Everybody searches YouTube. And then put it on your Facebook or your social media, your Twitter, whatever that you have that you're marketing through, and use those platforms to be able to, use your key phrases to get notification and get noticed with your website. So that's all I have. I didn't realize what time it was. I'm sorry. I went over.
You're fine. I got a lot of good information.
So, I hope you understood me. I didn't talk too fast. I hope I didn't talk too fast.
I think you did great, and I appreciate you coming on and helping us and teaching us about it all. But I am, when you said, make a video, shortly after we got back from Orlando, you had made a video about going out. I think it was at the ball field. You were going to pass out Velavita samples. And that was, I was like, look at her go, because you just had, I don't know. That's kind of like I'm in my little bubble. So I have to get out to do that. But
I got my, we actually got tournaments this weekend. So I literally have my Velavita stand packed. So when I get to the ball field, set up my chair, my Velavita's going up. I got to get me one for wine. So there's a couple of questions. We got like 7 minutes. So we got 3. We got Joel, Kevin, and Roberta. After that, no more questions. All right, so Joel, you are up.
Yep. Okay. So just kind of clarification. I mean, I know the answer, but just for those that are newer here, when you say you can use multiple words on your pages, now, I mean, obviously in WordPress, we only have a spot to enter in one keyword. Can you kind of briefly explain that a little bit so other people understand it?
You're going to have your main key phrase, which is where you're going to put your focus key phrase. That's what you're going to use in your title. And it's also going to be what you use in your meta description. But when you use your headlines can also be key phrases that you didn't use, but still work good with your title, with your content. So if we're doing, like I said, telehealth is a good key phrase. Telehealth and medicine is also a good key phrase. Telemedicine is a good key phrase. Crypto watch is a good key phrase. So all of that combines with our crypto watch. So depending on your avenue that you're marketing, like on mine, the telehealth page, I talked about how we've been using telehealth for ages. When you get on the phone and call your doctor and he gives you a diagnosis and a prescription over the phone, that's telehealth. All right, telemedicine is when they say, all right, go to your local pharmacy. They're going to give you this. I'm calling it in based on your diagnosis. So then we got this amazing watch. Well, guess what? It tells me I'm in AFib. I call my doctor and say, I'm going to send you this report that I have on my ECG. You tell me what I need to do. All right. Tied the watch into something we've already been doing. So and then Bitcoin. Oh, I just earned 10.17 on Bitcoin today. All right, cool. So that's how you tie it in. So I can do crypto mining watch. I can do telehealth. I can do telemedicine, all of that in one page. And they're all key phrases, but I can only use one key phrase. So what am I talking about in general? Telehealth. And then all those other ones kind of fall into place with it. That makes sense? All right. Kevin Smith.
Good evening, Miss Sheila.
Hello.
I have a question. You mentioned earlier about one of your crypto watch pages that you saw so much traffic to. How in the world do you track that traffic to individual pages?
Google AdSense, it actually gives me a report of what pages gets a lot of traffic.
I've got Google AdSense, but I can't find that there.
Yeah, when you get your monthly report down at the bottom on your homepage, it'll give you a graph and it'll actually tell you which pages are getting noticed.
Okay, I'll have to go look for that then.
Yep.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. Miss Roberta.
I have a question. I'm the one who asked for this last week, and I just wanted to say thank you very much.
You're welcome. You're very welcome. All right, I think that's it, guys. I thank you for coming and listening. Next week, Jen wants me to go over creating documents for, is that next week, Jen? Response Magic? You're muted.
Yeah, I wanted to do response magic and maybe if you could show us how to make like an email from it. And then I think our last week we talked about organization. We'll talk about because that's like key in this business. You have to be organized or you're me if you're not.
So there's your outline from Miss Jen. So next week we're going to be going over Response Magic, how to get those emails and set up canned messages to send out and how you can schedule them for weeks and weeks and weeks out. And then our last week that we're going to be showing you how to organize your Google Docs so that, and your, God forbid, your screen on your computer. If you got more than 5 icons on your desktop, you are not organized. You should have it in a folder somewhere so you can pull it up. Not have everything on a desktop and you got to go search everything on your desktop and try to find it. So just a tidbit. All right, that's all.
All right, everybody have a good night and a good weekend coming up. Don't celebrate St. Patty's Day too hard. Gotta work tomorrow. See y'all next week.